One thing that golf fans are hearing day in and day out is how much people like Rory McIlroy and Tiger Woods are spending so much time in the gym. And there's common misconceptions that you need to bulk up to be really good and strong at golf. But I am at Golf Body in Midtown Manhattan in New York City, and I'm with Matt and Bradley. They're gonna tell me exactly what we need to focus on to debunk that myth, okay? So guys, talk to me about this. That's all we're hearing about right now is bulking up in the gym, gym time, gym time, gym time. True or false?
In general, what we often see is a lot of guys come in here, we do assessments before we add any load per se, which is what everybody's talking about. So what we ask ourselves, is it done safely? I think that's the biggest key here because we're assuming that guys like Rory McIlroy and Tiger Woods have gone through some sort of assessment, and which is why their trainer has built them up to being able to add load safely through over time. And then as you add load, yes, it's gonna help your golf game because you add speed and you add power to that.
Perfect.
So that's our opinion on it.
Okay, so take me through one of these assessments and we can figure out what an amateur golfer like myself would need to do to prep for something like that.
Okay, perfect. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and face that way. Good. What I want you to do is just put your arms directly over top of your head, okay? And then what you're gonna do is keep your feet shoulder width apart, and go ahead and go down as low as you can into a deep squat, trying to keep your arms up over your head the entire time, okay?
Do my arms have to be straight? Can they be bent?
Straight.
Straight.
Yep.
Okay.
Go ahead. Okay, just go ahead and hold it at the bottom for me just for a second. Good. Come up and do 2 more for me, okay? Okay, good. What we would go ahead and say here, Brad, correct me if I'm wrong, but Marika has pretty good form, probably good enough form to add some sort of load to that pattern. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some type of prescription to their program, which we would call it, where we would correct maybe that pattern prior to adding weight to it. So Brad's gonna take you through an exercise.
There's many exercises you could do to correct this sort of roundedness, but you're gonna take this pole and just get into a little bit of a squat, just like we just were. I simply want you to take that pole, raise it up over your head, and trying to feel like you're getting some of this extension through the thoracic spine like we just talked about. Do you feel that through here?
I do.
Yeah, and go ahead and face that way for me if you can. Good.
So this would be a good exercise for that person it's a little bit rounded to try to be able to get that posture a little bit better and stay in posture in their golf swing.
So next, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and face directly that way. Okay. Good, yep. You're gonna point your right arm out to the right. Okay, good. Bend it 90 degrees forward, and then go back as far as you can towards the back wall. Good. Okay, good. So we're just looking to see how much range of motion she's got, you know, a little bit more than the spine here, per se. Go ahead. And then I want you to try to do the same thing, but you're gonna do it in golf posture, okay? Good. So now, if we wanna know why this would be important, if we looked at that same, go ahead and put it in that same spot. Good, we put a golf club in your hand. The golf club would be in a relatively good spot there, right? Now, if you lacked range of motion, if you had less, look where the golf club may be. So this is where we see compensation start to happen, right? We'll see things like, you know, guys will, if they don't have the range of motion, they'll either maybe chicken wing their arm, they won't be able to get the club back to where they want, they may stand up out of their posture. So we wanna know that going in, what their limitation is to see why they may compensate in some way or another. And first we wanna make sure we build a swing that's gonna be around their limitations, right? We don't wanna try to get them more in their golf swing right away if they don't have it.
So what's something we can do to work on this range of motion?
So come on over here. We're gonna, again, if you don't have this at home, this Kaiser machine here, you can use any type of band, resistance band, and just, make sure that you have enough resistance that's for your strength, right? That's a big key. You don't want it to be too tough on the system.
We don't want to go full Rory or Tiger quite yet.
Right. So go ahead and pull the weight out a little bit. Take a couple steps towards me so you actually have the weight out. Good, yep. We're gonna have the shoulder back in a nice position here, spine tall. And you're just gonna go ahead and rotate that outward, keeping your elbow in nice and tight. Yep, good, perfect. Yep, give me 10 or 15 reps there.
And so I'm really feeling this in both my bicep and my shoulder. I'm feeling the pull of opening that up. Got it. Well, thank you guys so much for walking me through these limitations and these assessments that are really, really important to building your swing as opposed to just building up your body.